Hello, British 1101 students, and welcome to the fourth week of the semester. All right, so we're already almost done with the first month here. Just a few comments. I don't have much to say this week, but I do want to have a couple of reminders. One is I'd like for you by tonight, and by tonight I mean Monday night, get those first drafts of those narratives in. What I will then do, and you can turn them into the Dropbox. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Dropbox, remember that there is an instruction sheet in the useful D2L handouts that will tell you how to actually upload a document into the Dropbox or submit a document to the Dropbox. Remember that you have to get through all the steps in order to get an email that will confirm that the document has been completely uploaded. Once you get that email, you should be fine. I should have it. Because what I want to do tonight is I want to go ahead and start putting people in groups of 3. I think we got 21 people in this class, so that should allow for 7 groups, assuming that everybody turns in a first draft. If people don't turn in first drafts, then I may end up with fewer groups, and maybe there will be a group stuck out there with either 2 or 4, depending on how things work. But I need to go ahead and do that, and it's going to be done at random. I'm not going to purposely pair people up. I'm probably going to end up sticking names in a hat and drawing them out, and the first 3 to come out are the first group. Second 3 to come out will be the second group, and so on and so forth. Read that part in my blank English book, which I believe is, oh yeah, there it is right there, pages 63 through 65. That's where Dr. Barker talks about peer review and how to do it correctly. He also has a cute little story that he tells about when he was in college, and there was this really cute girl in class, so he sat down next to her and asked her to peer review his essay. And as it turned out, she was not only cute, but she was also pretty doggone smart. And so she ended up helping him become a better writer. Painfully, and he did it kicking and screaming, but in the end, she helped him out. So that's what you guys are going to do with peer reviews, help each other out. I think I also have a peer review slideshow in the D2L under the PowerPoint slideshows. Look at that also, because it should give you advice on how to peer review well, rather than you don't want to just criticize somebody and hammer them, because that's kind of rude, and chances are they may never want to write another essay again. You want to be gentle with your criticisms. You also want to praise what's right with the essay. If it turns out that somebody did a really great job, sure, tell them that, but don't fawn so much over it that it sounds fake. If somebody has a really bad essay, find something in there that's good. Start off with, I like how you did this. And don't just say, well, the essay was nice. That's not going to work. Say, what I like about your essay is that I really thought that your mother was a strong character in this particular narrative. Then go and say, okay, but I really don't understand what your motivation was. Okay, that's how you would do that. Do not say things like this sucks or this is the worst thing I've ever read, or use foul language. You don't want to do that, because remember, they're going to be reading your essay also. So you are also going to be receiving feedback from the very person who you're going to give feedback to. And hopefully all 3 members of the group will help each other rather than tear each other down. So we don't want to tear each other down. So that's the peer review. Also, there are those readings. I'm going to give you a quiz, and that quiz is going to go back a week. It's going to go back to those readings in the My Blank English book and the Darton Reader. Now, that quiz is not likely to be up today. I have got some stuff I need to finish that I started over the weekend and wasn't able to complete in other classes. So tonight, I'm going to go ahead and start redistributing essays that are in the Dropbox. But that quiz is not likely to go up, and it's going to be on the readings from last week, and then of course on salvation, and then the readings from this week, the writing process and peer review. That'll likely be up probably tomorrow, or even maybe as late as Wednesday. The last comment I want to make is those grammar quizzes. Some of those grammar quizzes from last week have to be graded manually. The computer did not grade them for you, and the reason is because what I've asked you to do on those is to rewrite any sentences that have errors in them. So that's going to take me some time to go through. And it may be the end of the week before I get to that part. I really want to get this other quiz up, and I really want to get those narratives read, because somewhere around the end of the week, I'm also going to give you my input on those narratives. So you're not only going to get input from 2 other classmates, but you're going to get input from me. And since I'm the one giving you the grades, you might want to listen to what I have to say once I get my turn. But I want to see how you guys interact with each other first. Then once we get that done, then I will jump in and have the final word. Okay? So that's it for this week. So we've got the get those essays in tonight. Peer review your folks before the end of the week. And then later this week, take the reading quiz. And I will finish grading the other grammar exercises as soon as I can, because some of them, like I said, the computer just graded automatically and stuck in your grade book. Others I have to grade. So that's how that's going to work. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to contact me. Best way might be through email. If you try to contact me during office hours, a phone call certainly won't hurt. I'd love to talk to you, hear your voice, and have a conversation with you rather than keep on writing emails back and forth. And if you're on campus, even if you don't need help, stop by and introduce yourself. Say, hey, I'm in your English 1101 online class. And that way I can put a face to the name, which is something that most teachers like. Obviously, if you live outside of Albany or outside the Albany area, like outside of Lee County or Terrell County or whatever, that may not be possible. But if you're close by, stop by and say hi to me during my office hours. And have a good week.